After being in over 16,000 homes doing home improvement sales, there's one thing you can and should be doing every day to make money faster. In every sales call, it's very important that you're either making commission or paying tuition. If you don't make a sale, obviously that's bad for you and your company, but if you learn from it and get better, then it's worth it. If you keep learning from your mistakes and get better and better, then eventually you'll be forced to make the sale. Please watch until the end to see how I do this and ways to make it more effective. Now, if you like these type of videos, please subscribe to help me and check out the link for more free in-home sales training listed in the description below. The point is that it's very important when you don't make a sale to analyze where you went wrong and to get better from it. Most salespeople after a no sale just go on to the next lead and forget all about it. That's wrong. The key question should be, if I went to a home like this again, what could I do differently so I would make the sale? You need to get the answer for this or the no sale was wasted. For this to happen, you have to have the mentality that everyone can be sold. Never fall into the nobody could have sold that one trap. It justifies your failure and won't do anything to make you better and therefore make you more money. Plus, it puts you back in control instead of being a victim. Your attitude is always better when you feel that you are in control than if you feel you are not. It's not that the leads suck, it's that I suck. As funny as that sounds, it empowers me and makes me feel stronger because I am in control of the situation. When managing salespeople, I told them that after every sales call where they didn't make a sale, that their responsibility was to figure out what they could have done differently to make the sale, or where they made the mistake. Now, if they knew what they did wrong and where they lost it, good. But if they didn't know what they could have done differently, then they were to call me and we could debrief and get the learning experience out of it. You can and should be always trying to get better. This should be an ongoing process whether you're new or been doing this for 20 years. Now, if you're new, getting better may just mean learning to follow the right sequence and stay in control. If you've been doing this for 20 years, then getting better may be on a whole other level. Either way, in our business, getting better means to make more money. To stop getting better is like saying you don't want to make any more money than you are now. This is how we learn and become successful. You try something and what doesn't work, you change it and try something else. Failure is just feedback telling you did it the wrong way. When you don't make a sale, it means you did it wrong. Then you need to figure out what you did wrong and make the necessary adjustments. Remember, when Thomas Edison was asked why he keeps trying to invent the light bulb after he failed 10,000 times, his response was, I didn't fail 10,000 times. I correctly identified 10,000 ways that don't work. Remember, everyone who was first started out last. Besides the individual sale, look at the big picture. One thing that will help you is you keep a logbook or some way of tracking your results. Obviously, you want to know your numbers like closing rate, sit rate, average contract price, and net dollars generated per lead issued and things like that. But I always wrote down what happened in the ones I lost. They wanted to get 3 estimates. They thought our price was too high. The wife killed the sale. I wrote down what happened and where I thought I lost it. I failed to get the wife involved. I didn't price condition effectively, etc. Also, I wanted to see if there was a pattern happening. Wow, the last 5 leads I missed all said that they wanted 3 estimates. What's happening here? That way I could make my adjustments. If you wait until the end of the month, or even worse, until the end of the year to analyze your results, it's too late. Any changes I made then would be reactive versus tracking on a daily basis and allowing myself to become proactive. I could adjust as it was happening versus just counting the chips at the end of the game. Plus, by the end of the year, it's too late, and I already lost all the money by not making the changes sooner. Lots of times, if you look at the final objection, you can easily spot where the learning experience is. They thought it was going to be half and didn't think it's worth that much. It means you need to work on your price conditioning. They thought they could get the same thing from anyone else for less money. That means you need to work on building value and selling your company in a way that differentiates you from other companies. They never made snap decisions. That meant I needed to work on the close and learn to bring it to the money better. Or it could be in that situation, they really just didn't want it and were giving me the brush off, which meant that I failed to build enough need and desire and needed to learn to sell the product better. They didn't want to do anything for 2 years. That meant that I didn't bring it to the real issues, which was that they couldn't afford it right now, affordability, or I failed to create urgency in the needs analysis to get it done now. Now, in most cases, it would be the affordability, because if it was free, would they still want to wait 2 years? The point is that you need to really analyze what happened and what doors you left open so you can get better. You learn from your mistakes, and the first step is to be aware of them. Just being aware of the mistake will train your mind to be better next time. Remember, the first time it's a mistake, but if you keep repeating them, it becomes a decision. Now, a lot of times it helps if you have someone experienced to help you, because they can spot things you didn't. You need another perspective, because the reality is that a lot of times you don't know what's happening, or you would have changed it already. You have to be open-minded to what changes you can make instead of being defensive on why it really wasn't your fault. Taking responsibility is another key to getting better. It makes people more receptive to helping you. Who would you want to help more? It's not my fault, they just wanted a free estimate, versus, well, tell me what I could do so this won't happen to me again. Plus, if you don't take responsibility, why would you even want to change since it wasn't my fault? So remember, if you don't learn from your mistakes, then the experience is wasted. You didn't make commission or pay tuition. Doing the simple thing of analyzing and tracking every no sale you have will accelerate your learning curve, and your sales will skyrocket. Not to mention your income. Now, if you like these type of videos, check out the video on why failure is good in sales, or the playlist on closing listed above. Happy selling!